Ladies and gentlemen, Geri Petito.
I'm not an addict, I'm just an ass. And in time, this too shall pass. I'm not an addict, I'm just an ass. Geri Petito taught the class. I'm not an addict, I'm just an ass. Love's the answer, the greener grass. I'm not an addict, I'm just an ass. One day at a time, free at last.
When you don't know just what to do,
Just what to do, just what to do.
if what you're feeling is really true,
Is really true, is it really true?
just keep your ideas safe and sound.
Safe and sound, safe and sound.
That's exactly how change is found.
Change is found, change is found. I'm not an addict, I'm just an ass. And in time, this too shall pass. I'm not an addict, I'm just an ass. Geri Petito taught the class. I'm not an addict, I'm just an ass. Love's the answer, the greener grass. I'm not an addict, I'm just an ass. One day at a time, free at last.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Geri Petito Show on Hamilton Radio. Guys, everyone and anyone who knows me knows I am the author of I'm Not an Addict, I'm Just an Ass. I'd rather be a smart ass than a dumbass, guys, because 30 years ago, I was a dumbass. But through the grace of God, 30 years later, I can honestly say I'm now a smart ass. Anyone and everyone out there, listen, if anyone needs to talk to me, I'm a recovery coach, a nutritional coach. All my services to you are free. Everyone out there needs to know they're not alone and they have someone to talk to. You can also order my book for someone you care about through Archway Publishing, Simon & Schuster's bookstore, Archway Publishing. Okay, it's out there on all platforms, but that's the best way to get it, straight through them. You can also subscribe to my YouTube channel, please, the Geri Petito Show YouTube channel. Having said that, without further ado, I would like to introduce my incredible star guest. Okay, you might know him as Rocky, but this is John Monforto, to me, the man of many faces. How are you, baby?
Hey, yo, I'm doing good, Adrian. How are you, huh?
So, how you doing?
I'm good. I'm real good. Thank you so much, as always, for all the wonderful things you do, not only for everyone else in the world, but for me. I really appreciate it.
Well, I feel the same way. You guys never say no to me if it's possible, what you guys have done for me. So I consider you guys family. You know how much I love you.
Thank you, Doyle. Same here.
So why don't you tell everyone a little bit about yourself first off? We'll start there. And, you know, the show you do and blah, blah, blah.
Well, I'm a very lucky man. And I say that because I have the opportunity to do what I love to do for a living, and that's rare. You know, not everyone can get up in the morning and say, oh man, I got to go to work, you know, that kind of thing.
Right.
I am a singer, actor, I'm a multiple celebrity impersonator, comedian, I'm a voiceover artist, a writer, a producer, anything that has to do with entertainment. I kind of wear that hat. And I put them in that specific order because, you know, I'm a singer first, and then an actor, and then an impersonator. And in that impersonator world, I kind of lucked out, and I am considered to be the official Rocky impersonator for the city of Philadelphia. But also, recently, they have labeled me the actual mascot of Philadelphia, which is really kind of cool. And it's not, you know, that's not something you will aspire to do. That's something that just falls into your lap, and it tells you that everything you've done over the years has kind of paid off because you know, you're getting that recognition, which is really from up above.
So, you know, it's really funny, like you're saying all this stuff that you're saying, right? Bear with me 1 second, guys. I'm doing something important here, and it just worked, and then I think I screwed it up. So I'm trying to get you shared the proper way. Hold on, we'll do this again. So anyway, what you said, I always say. I tell everyone about you being the official, you know, Philly Rocky impersonator, blah, 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 blah. But you do what, like 30 different?
Well, if you put together all the voices and impersonations, yes, I do around 30.
Okay. Tell us a few of them that you do.
Oh my gosh. Well, of course, Rocky, the big ones are Rocky, Elvis, The Godfather, Sinatra, John Wayne, Humphrey Bogart, Tony Bennett. Who's the guy from Twilight Zone?
Oh yeah.
I can't remember. Rod Serling.
Yes.
Johnny Cash. And then as we go, there are voices that come into play, like character voices that maybe don't have a name, but you would recognize if I did it. Like, what's that guy, that British drunk? Oh, Foster Brooks. He does a drunk. It does like a British drunk, So all these voices come into play when you're doing voiceover work, because you can do anything you want. Like one of the things the city had me do, Philadelphia had me do, they had me do Rocky, but they were having a big competition, and they were inviting teenagers from all over the country to come to Philadelphia for this competition. I forget what it was for, some kind of sporting event, whatever. But in their rooms, because they were staying in the Philadelphia hotels, in their rooms, they had me record the voice of Rocky, welcoming them and say, yo, come on, you guys gotta do what you do, because I the target. Give them that incentive speak that Rocky would do. And they had it on their phone. So when they got into the room, they picked it up and there was Rocky talking to them. So that kind of stuff. So I can do that with all these different voices, which I kind of love doing that stuff. Wait,
I have to ask this because I'll forget, okay? When you do all these little different voices, and I've asked you this a ton of times, but I want you to say it for people listening now.
Yeah.
How do they come so natural to you?
Well, I don't know how to answer that. Some of them I can, like if I can hear a voice in my head, that tells me that I have a good chance of being able to mimic that voice.
Okay.
So the whole Rocky thing, let's take Rocky.
Okay.
It was so weird how it happened. I was a starving actor living in Manhattan in Hell's Kitchen. And this was in the mid 70s. And we got a call from the casting agent, Joy Todd Casting. She called and she said, I have your picture in front of me. She said, you look a lot like Mr. Stallone. She said, would you mind being his stand-in? And I went, not at all. She says, how tall are you? And that kind of blew it because I'm much taller than he is.
Oh.
I'm 6'1". I think he's like 5'7" or 5'8". So as a stand-in, you got to be the same height.
Oh.
But that led to another phone call that came in where the guy says, hey, can you do Rocky? And I went, I don't know, maybe. Out of the clear blue, Jerry. I'd never done it before. And it was from that moment that I realized, oh my gosh, I can do that voice. So when you ask me how Rocky is from above, I got that voice from upstairs. And everything else, some of them I had to work on. Like if I watched the mannerisms of, like Rod Serling.
Okay.
Rod Serling, he's got the music playing in the background, and you get yourself in the whole get up, and if you can hear it, like, what would he say? You just entered another dimension. A dimension not only of sight and sound, but of mind. A journey into a wondrous land whose boundaries are that of imagination. Now, doing that in the Rocky garb, that's tougher than doing the voice, because I feel Rocky right now. That sounds weird, but I do. I mean, I'm all Rocky right now. But if I have to do another voice, I can do it, but I may not have the mannerisms down in this costume. You know what I mean?
Okay, so
like I'll do Elvis for you. Thank you very much, ma'am. How you doing? I mean, you kind of look like Priscilla, darling.
Ooh.
Take it easy. Take it easy.
So you actually were on that phone and they said, could you do Rocky? And for the first time, you just did Rocky.
I just did it. It just fell out, Luckily, I have the, what do I want to say? Now, I had the confidence and the chutzpah, I guess, to do that to someone like an agent on the telephone. Because a lot of people are like, oh, especially if you're just starting in the business, they want to be straight-laced and they don't want to go off. Well, I have a lot of confidence in myself to begin with. Forget showbiz. And that's key. I mean, if you believe you can do something and you have an opportunity, go for it. You know, that's the whole Rocky story, thinking about it.
That's the whole Rocky story. I love that.
Yeah.
Absolutely, 100%.
Yeah.
Um,
Too dark. Do I need a light? Can you see me good enough?
I can see you good. There you go. Better.
Yeah, better. Hey, yo, look at that. What I got going on there, huh?
So give us a little Rocky. Come on.
You know, when I do Rocky Balboa, some of the stuff I gotta do is I gotta make sure that people feel good, you know? They come to the city, I take them to the art museum steps. You know, we run up and down 2, 3 times, whatever, until they puke or something like that, you know? And then I show them the city, I tell them about, you know, the PSFS building, PSFS. You know what that stands for, don't you? PSFS, Phillies, Sixers, Flyers, and Stallone. All right, that's what that means. And then we have a little toast. I give them some raw eggs, and we go from there. So I do a lot of stand up as Rocky, which is kind of cool because, you know, it's one thing, Jerry, having the capability to do whatever it is that you do. But then you got to make it your own.
Yes.
You got to, yeah, it sounds great. Hey, you sound good. But if you don't have a game, like here's a perfect example. We were in Colorado just a few days ago, and we went to my granddaughter's basketball game.
Okay.
And now these are 9-year-old kids. But one girl was so tall, she was as tall as I am. I'm 6'1", 9 years old. So you think automatically, oh my gosh, they're going to slaughter us. Well, this girl had no game. She was big. She could get the ball, but she couldn't make the shots.
Oh.
And I felt horrible for her.
Right.
But, you know, that's how it is sometimes. So, yeah, I got the whole get up. I can do the voice. But if you can't cut the ice, if you can't go and you can't talk one-on-one with a millionaire, you can't talk one-on-one with someone who is, you know, sitting there on a street corner, then you don't belong in the suit. Because there's a reason why I'm doing this, you know? And I love the fact that I have honed this character. It's kind of like my craft. I've honed not this character, but all my characters.
Yes.
I can stand alone. I can do stand-up comedy as Rocky. I can do stand-up comedy as The Godfather. Stand-up comedy as General George S. Patton. I can do that. You know, because I'm confident, which is the biggest deal. And then I've been doing it for so long, you know, you start writing your own material and, you know, sounds like I'm blowing smoke up my own
Blow smoke, because if you don't, I will. I said, let me start blowing some smoke up your butt.
Hey, good boy.
Listen, so I am your next to Adrian, okay? Next to your Adrian, I am your #1 fan.
Well, I know that, darling. Thank you.
know. So we did a show recently, okay, right here in my town, right? And people came out of the woodworks, and I'll never forget. It was at Mastoris. They closed down, unfortunately, but I'll never forget. Yeah. When the owner who booked us texted me, and it was like probably 3 weeks before the show, or 4 weeks. He was getting ready to put the ad out, so 4 weeks before the show. He said, "Do you think he can get 100 people here?" I said, "If he can't get 100 people here, no one can." Well, within 2 weeks, they were over 100. They had to add tables, remember?
Yes, I do.
We were sold out, and they had to add tables. People were like, "We have to come. You have to do something." Okay. So anyway.
That was great.
That was great. People never stopped calling me, messaging me, texting me. This guy is off the charts. This guy. So you're doing something gracious for me again. We're doing a benefit March 20th.
Oh,
okay?
That's right. Yeah, that's coming up.
Zinnias. I get
right.
It's a new restaurant. Here, wait a minute. I'll grab it. I've never been there, but my friend went after we booked it and said it was amazing. So I've got so many people coming now.
Oh,
okay?
Good.
So many people. So okay. So it's Zinnas, Zinnas, guys. Zinnas Bistro. Okay.
That's the benefit for your friend who lost
my
their
friend.
house, right?
Yep.
Yes.
and Ken Ryan and Linda, they're putting this on for me. They offered. I didn't even ask them. They're amazing. Ken Ryan, guys, and Linda. And we've got Angelo Capone coming as Jerry Lewis.
Oh, cool.
And we've got a lot of singers that are going to be there grabbing the mic. And it's for a friend of mine who lost everything in a fire. So I hope everybody can make it. March.
Actually, you think I could possibly do maybe a song with Mr. Capone? Is that even possible? Jerry? Hi, Jerry, are you there?
I'm here.
Wow. Lady!
How do you do this? Okay,
don't
drive
know.
me crazy.
I don't know. It's fun. I have that character. It's a takeoff on Jerry Lewis's Nutty Professor, and I call him his brother, Terry Lewis. That's what I call him. And I've got these glasses that flip up, and I do stand up as that character as well. I mean, so I take all the comedy that I've gleaned over the years and a lot of the stuff that I've learned and created, and I fit the stand-up pieces now into one big show that is my, what do we call that show, Adrian? I forget. It's been so many names now. Like Voices. It started out being Voices. Then it became a Night of Legends.
Okay.
So I take, the John Wayne, and I'll even throw in, I do the character of Tevye. I come out dressed as Tevye. I do Fiddler on the Roof. I come out dressed as the Phantom of the Opera, and I do Soldiers of the Night. So that's why I say I'm a singer first. God gave me a voice, and I was singing as a little boy. I was singing in schools. My mother knew I had the voice because she had a voice, and she said, "John, you got to do something with that." So she was throwing me off in front of the class, and I was an embarrassed little kid.
You were embarrassed? You were embarrassed?
As a little boy, as a little kid, I didn't realize what I had and what I was doing. All I knew was my mom's making me sing in front of the class. Man, I don't want to do that. So I got up and I did it. And I'm glad I did, So,
okay, give us a couple treats here. So do a little John Wayne, then do The Godfather. I want to hear you.
Well, howdy, Pilgrim. Yeah, I'm going to be taking over these here parts. I'm going to be the new sheriff right here in Audubon, New Jersey. So I'm going to have a player piano right out in the middle of Times Square. And I'm going to put a spittoon on every doorstep. I'm sorry about that. So who else did you want?
Come on, The Godfather. Come on.
My most trusted friend. Tonight, I'll be doing my own show tonight. Did you know that? You probably did. And my first guest is my consigliere, Vincenzo. And I'm very sorry to hear about his brother who passed away last night. Yeah, never mind. It's just I just blew the joke.
You did blow the joke. I'm saying, wait, he didn't say that right.
I blew the joke. See what I mean? That's because I'm dressed as Rocky.
You're amazing, though. I just can't.
Oh my gosh.
I just can't get over it.
That's a fun one to do. I like the ones where I don't have to have a lot of makeup and wigs and things like that because it's so easy and it's so fun. I can walk around the house and I mess around with my wife. I mess around with the kids in the neighborhood, and so everybody thinks I'm kind of like a whack job, but
no, they don't.
The heck.
So even when you're here, and I had you with my neighbors outside, they had to take pictures.
Oh, they were fun.
Crazy! This is so great! Oh my God!
Yeah, they were fun. We had a good time.
So let's give everyone a treat. We're gonna play a track.
Oh,
right?
okay.
We got a couple of your tracks. So,
Ruben,
nice. Hit us with a track, baby.
say our love is true, and we never part. Now you are someone new, and it breaks my heart. Much more than you ever knew. Yes, darling, I'm sore, 'cause I still love you so. What you doing? Even though you hurt me like nobody else could ever, I will never, ever hurt you, hurt you. Oh no.
I'm giving you a standing ovation in my seat.
Oh, thank you. That last note, that hurt just a little bit. I'm just
It
saying.
hurt a little, huh? That's one of my favorite Elvis songs, Baby Hurt.
Yeah, and you know what? I didn't think a lot of people knew it, but every time I do it, they say, "Oh my gosh, I can't believe you do Hurt." Yeah.
Wait,
So-
why would you think that though? I'm
Well,
just
it's not a
curious.
mainstream. Hurt is not a mainstream Elvis hit. It really isn't. You know
But
that.
anyone who's an Elvis fan knows it.
Yes, exactly.
And the majority of people that come out to all these kind of shows are Elvis fans.
Well, I don't do a lot of Elvis concerts. I mean, I do them, but I don't do a lot of Elvis concerts. So if I'm hired to do Elvis, it's usually from a couple or a group of people who love Elvis.
Yeah.
They're having an 80th birthday party for their mother who loves Elvis. So I'd say 75% of the guests don't even know Elvis is going to be there.
That's so
So,
funny.
and that's why I usually get that from that group of people. I can't believe you do that. Yeah. So
That's so cool.
yes, it is.
So, all right. So now what's happening with you and what's up and coming? And then we're going to talk about something really cool.
Okay.
You
okay.
are going to be DJing, baby, but tell us what's
Oh.
happening first.
That's a good question. I mean, I got a lot of jobs coming. I've got shows coming up in Florida. I know this month we have, you know what, I can probably look through the book real quick and be more accurate as opposed to just guessing. Put that right here. So this month I have, what's today, Friday? Thursday?
Today's Thursday.
Thursday, I have a wedding. I'm marrying people as Elvis on Saturday. And then next month, I have a lot of stuff. I have your event. I have the Silver Birches up in the Poconos. I'm doing 2 shows for them. I have a big Elvis show at the Scottish Rite Museum in Collingswood, New Jersey. That's a big theater. I have a wedding the next day. And then the entire month of April, I'm in Florida. I've got shows in Tampa. I've got shows down in Southern Florida. So there's a lot coming up, unless, of course, something happens that they get postponed, then we just reschedule. But so it looks pretty good for now. Oh, you're going to go into that later.
Yes.
What I'm doing tonight. Okay.
So no, we're going to go into it now.
Ooh.
Okay.
I'm
So
psyched. I'm really psyched.
everyone out there knows I'm on different networks. And one of the networks I'm on is WBNN. Those are our new call letters, right? It was ONE. Now it's WBNN and Beverly Nation. So that was my network. So now guess who's coming along? That's right. Starting tonight, it will be his first show, John Monforto. Tell everybody about it.
Oh my gosh, it's very exciting, and it's because of you, mainly because of you, and these interviews that you've been having me do for your shows. They were seen by the producer of BNN.
Yep, Brother O.
Brother O.
Yep.
Brother O called you at the last time you interviewed me. It wasn't even a video; it was just an audio call, right?
Yes.
And he called and asked if I'd be interested in having my own program, and I didn't think it was a good idea at the time because I'm I do have a lot going on, but I said, you know what? What the heck?
Yep.
I'm going to give it a shot. Tonight at 9:30, WBNN, Nagazi Multimedia. I'm going to be on for an hour, I think. And I'm going to be talking about, I have a special guest coming on who is a gentleman who does basically the same kind of stuff I do, but his genre is, he's got a one-man show that goes across the nation, the Defending the Caveman, and he also has his own stand-up comedy company. But he's right here. He lives in my community. And that's the cool thing. You never know who's who anywhere. So it's always good to be on your game all the time, Jerry. I'm not telling you anything new. You always do that. You know, so I have him as my special guest tonight. And I am very excited. Very excited. I mean, this is my very excited face. Look.
Well, I want to share something. So when Brother O in Ngozi called
What did
me.
I say? It's Ngozi?
Oh, it's Ngozi. Yep, Ngozi.
Okay.
So when Ngozi called me and he said, I need someone. I want John Monforto. I have to have him. I said, all right, I'll see what I could do. And there we have it. I mean, like,
Thank you.
So excited. We're all excited.
He's actually texted me while we're talking right now. He texted me. I said, go away. I said, I'm on Jerry's show right now.
Very cool.
So you're calling in, right?
Oh, please.
You better be calling in.
Please. You
I'm going to
kidding me?
make you sing.
I will call into every one of your shows, God willing.
Oh, thank you. Thank you, darling. Yeah. So if it goes well, right now it's just once a month, every Thursday.
No, it's always once a month for all of us.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yes, thank God. I'm happy about that. We used to do
Oh.
it. We used to do it twice a month. And a year or two ago, probably, listen, time flies. It could have been 2 years ago. We went to once a month. And I was so happy about that. So, yes.
Yeah. Okay. Well, that's good. Once a month. And I'm already lining up guests right now. And that's the cool thing, you know, because I can sit right in my own home and I can touch the world basically with it, you know, with whatever I'm talking about and whatever I bring to the world. So that's the really cool part about it. That's what made me decide to do it.
Very cool.
Yeah. Thank you again, darling.
No, it's amazing. I can't wait for tonight.
Cool.
So let's see. Who else? Give us a little more. We're going to play another track in a minute, but give us a little more of a couple different voices you do. Come on.
Oh, my goodness. So let's do, well, I lost my falsetto a little bit today. Otherwise, I do Mickey Mouse for you.
Oh,
But when I do my, all right, how about this? Here's a cartoon. Hey, Rocky, watch me pull a rabbit out of my hat. Again? Nothing up my sleeve. Presto! Rawr! That must be the wrong hat. You remember Rocky and Bullwinkle?
I can't take it. Oh my gosh.
So we have, and then I open, whenever I do Johnny Cash, I sing a lot like Johnny Cash, but talking like him, I just come on the stage with the guitar and I say, hello, I'm Johnny Cash, right into the song. So you don't have Johnny Cash there, do you?
Oh, this is too funny. That's the one.
Are
So
you
guess
kidding
what?
me?
We're playing it now. Brother O, hit us. I cannot, this was not planned, guys, that he say that, and then I play this.
Wow.
Oh my gosh.
She's good.
Yeah. That's Jerry. You kidding me? Hello, I'm Johnny Cash. I hear the train coming round the bend. I've seen the sunshine, I don't know when. I'm stuck in Folsom Prison, and time keeps dragging on. But that train keeps a rolling on down to San Antone. When I was a baby, Mama told me, son, always be a good boy, never play with guns. But I shot a man in Reno just to watch him die. When I hear that whistle blowing, I hang my head and cry. I don't need no guitar. I bet there's rich folks eating some fancy dining car, probably drinking coffee, smoking big cigars. I know I had it coming. I know I can't be free. But those people keep on moving, and that's what tortures me. If they freed me from this prison, if that railroad train were mine, I'd probably move it on a little farther down the line, far from Folsom Prison. That's where I long to stay. And I'd let that lonesome whistle just blow my blues away. Yeah, there you go.
Guys, that was not planned that he talked about Johnny Cash at that second. Okay. Those were the two songs I had in queue for you.
Oh, nice. Thank you.
Johnny Cash, baby.
He's always fun to do live. People love Johnny Cash.
Can you give us a little of him? You don't have to sing. It's like his.
Actually, I don't talk as Johnny Cash,
All right. Could you sing one line?
and I sing like him.
One line. One line.
Hello, I'm still Johnny Cash.
Everyone has to know one thing.
Yeah.
Whenever, this is what you guys need to know. If you go to his one-man show, and I kid you not, I've been to many, okay? They have a curtain set up, right? He'll do one character. He'll put his head through the curtain, get his stuff on. In a minute, he turns around. He's the other character, but I mean perfectly. He looks exactly like each character he does. And that's what blows my mind, John.
Well, you have to give credit to Adrian for
Well,
that.
That's another story.
Yeah.
Listen, tell them about Debbie.
Well, my wife, I call Adrian.
Yeah.
She, I wouldn't be doing what I'm, quite frankly, I really wouldn't be doing what I'm doing without her. I mean, yes, I can sing and yes, I can act, but to be able to find your niche and then expound on it, you need help. You need someone who believes in you. You need someone who is willing to just stop their life. She has, I'm going to say she doesn't have a life, but she has my career. She lives in my career. And so we live it together. And she is behind that curtain. If you were ever back there, there's tables set up.
Yep.
There's, what do you call those things with the hangers?
Yep.
Wardrobes, there's lights, there's everything is labeled. All the costumes are laid out. There's Velcro. There's everything you can think of so that when I go in there, now, I don't want the people to think I just walk behind a curtain and leave them sitting out there and they hear nothing.
No.
There's some kind of segue going on that is either the end of the last character you saw and an introduction of the character that's about to come out.
Right. That's right.
So then they're very rarely a minute long. The longest one I have is when I change from Elvis into General Patton. That's a full costume change, wig, everything. So yeah, I can't do that without Debbie. I can't. It's not like I can get anybody to do it. It's got to be her, because I got to strip down all the way, basically.
Well, let me tell you something. I'm going to give a shout out to Debbie myself.
Thank you.
Because she's family to me. I love her. She's one of my besties. And let me tell you something. I watch what she does at your shows. Forget it. Okay? She is absolutely, I'm going to say, your right hand, right shoulder, right arm, everything person.
You know, another really good thing about having Debbie. First of all, Debbie is very down to earth. Debbie is my bouncing point for all my material. She is such an average person. No, that's not an insult. She's such an average audience that I can say, Deb, what do you think of this? Blah, 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 blah. And she'll either laugh out loud, and I know it's good, or she'll go, and it always works. She's always right. So sometimes I will not take her advice because I'm emotional about something and I want to do it anyway.
Does it work?
No.
Oh my gosh.
No, it doesn't. But I feel like I wanted to do it because I just like the songs. There's Sinatra songs that I love to do, but they're not the kind of songs you can sing in front of a crowd.
Okay.
But I'll do. I said, Deb, I got to do this one. She says, no, you don't. I said, oh, I love this song. She said, John, you're going to do whatever you want to do, but I'm telling you, it doesn't fit.
That's too funny.
So, and that's basically how the show gets put together.
So you said something that I loved. You said she's an average person, and that's a compliment. And I understand what you mean by that.
Yeah.
So when you and I met, me, you, and Debbie, we were at one of Ava's shows.
Oh,
Not
right.
shows. Remember, she was doing that benefit
Right.
thing at the restaurant. We were at the same table, and we were so it was this long little 4 table. So I'm sitting right staring at you guys. And I remember it was the first time we ever met. I'm staring at you the whole time. And I had to look at your wife and say, I'm not flirting with him. I promise. I can't stop looking at him. And she cracked up. She goes, don't worry. I'm used to it. And here's the funny thing about that. Everyone will bounce things off of me except for their Elvis. They're afraid to, because they know I will really critique them and tell them, no, no, no.
Yeah.
And they don't want to hear that.
Yeah.
They don't want to hear that.
Yeah.
But you're right.
Yep, absolutely. You know, that's Elvis has been in my repertoire. That's as long as Rocky, I believe. No, it's been longer than Rocky. I started Elvis, and that's one heck of a story. But I started Elvis in the late 70s.
Oh.
Yeah. I was living in Manhattan. I told you it's a starving actor. And I was working at a restaurant. And it was a theater restaurant. That's the type of restaurant where you can go in and you can wait on your tables. And when they're all tended to, you can sing a song. So my roommate also worked at that restaurant. So he says, our tables are tended to. He says, John, why don't let's get up and do a song. I said, okay, what do you want to do? He said, let's do Elvis. I said, oh, man. I said, I don't know. I don't do Elvis. I said, Debbie likes Elvis, but he said, look, stop. He said, just move your legs like this. And he started wiggling his legs. He said, and when I point to you, you sing, I'm all sugar. I said, okay, try it.
Now tell everyone again, because I know the story, how old you were.
I was about 20. Well, we were married, so I was 24, 25.
Okay, so now continue.
Yeah, so we get up there, we do the song. Sitting in the section that I'm waiting on is a producer of entertainment for the cruise lines. What do you think she's looking for?
An Elvis.
Yes, ma'am. 2 weeks later, Jerry, 2 weeks later, I'm on an airplane flying to Miami to be fitted for a jumpsuit. I had never done Elvis before in my life, and I ended up on the cruise ships for a year and a half.
So wait, did you give your buddy a gift, a thank you gift for making you do it?
No way. Are you kidding me? I gave him the apartment we lived in. Now he's got the whole apartment. That's
that's a big gift. You did then. There you go.
Oh yeah. No.
So wait. Let's share this about Debbie. So Debbie was a dancer, correct?
Debbie became a dancer when they asked her to come on board the ship because I wanted to leave. I had done it for a long time, and I thought I was a star. That's another whole thing. You know, like you with the being an ass and all that crap. Well, I was the same ass, darling. Yep, I can write a book too.
Okay, go ahead.
So, ass man over here thinks he's hot stuff, and he wants to leave the ships. So they didn't want me to leave because they had bigger plans for me, which I didn't know about. They were going to put me on the big cruiser, on the SS France, where they were making the their biggest ship. I forget what it's called, but whatever.
Okay.
I didn't know it. Anyway, they said, "Look, we'll let your wife come in the show." Okay, so we stayed for a while. That's when Debbie became a dancer. She was actually running the sound at first, and then she was, I mean,
Amazing.
she was gorgeous, thin,
Amazing.
Gorgeous, blonde.
She still is, though, to me. Forget it.
And she fit right in there like a glove. And she had always wanted to be a dancer. So she did a series of shows, traveled for a while, and then, then I started being ass man, and
An ass.
and then we got off.
A dumbass.
And
Say
that
it.
was the biggest mistake. Yeah, biggest mistake I ever made in my life, Jerry.
Dumbass.
Biggest mistake. But can't live in the past.
No.
Anyway, that's you asked about her being a dancer. So we got some great photographs of Jerry dancing, of Debbie dancing, and the costumes were fabulous. So she was part of the review. It was called the Sea Legs Review for a while.
So, so let me ask you this, okay? I ask all my entertainer guests similar questions because I think it's important for the fans to hear these kind of things because it makes you more relatable to us. Okay? Who were some of the people, the entertainers that were role models for you, that you looked up to? And part two to this question is, who have you met and who haven't you met that you would love to meet or now can't but would have loved to have met?
Yeah, I mean, as a young boy, singers, any singers that I idolized, who was Jack Jones and John Davidson.
Okay.
I thought they were amazing, and now I know John Davidson's still around. I'm not sure if Jack Jones is, but so guys like that, and people my mother used to listen to. My mother used to listen to music all the time, and that's where it came from. Bobby Vinton, believe it or not, was a huge influence on me musically. The Platters, amazing influence on me. But when you get to the voices and things like that, it was Rich Little, Fred Travellina. There were Frank Gorshin, and I met Frank Gorshin, had dinner with him on my birthday in Vegas. And that was so cool. Yes, so cool. But they're the type of entertainers that I love the variety shows. If you remember, there used to be like Sonny and Cher would have them. Dean Martin had them.
Yep.
They would have these artists come on every week. Even Ed Sullivan.
Yep.
So and TV back then was huge. It's not like now. You didn't have a lot. You only had a few things to watch.
Everyone knew it all. Yes.
Yeah. So that's where all that came from. As far as meeting any of my idols, now I met Stallone a couple times, which was really kind of cool. And when I did film work, I used to do a lot of stand-in work. I met Nicolas Cage.
Cool.
We hung out together for a while because he was by himself, and people don't like to be around. They think that they're intruding on their privacy when in fact a lot of them would like to talk to somebody, believe it or not.
It's crazy, right? Yeah.
Yeah, it really is. So I've entertained with people like Jim Belushi. I was in a movie where Frank Sinatra was there. I think I told you that.
Yep.
The First Deadly Sin.
Yep.
Ed Asner. I did that TV show with Danny DeVito. What's that?
Yeah. Yes.
Gosh, I forget the name of the show. It's very popular now. I played a riverboat captain. And I said Kelly Ripa, Regis Philbin. I worked with Patti LaBelle, Shelby Checker. Did a movie with Brad Pitt. Dana Carvey. I opened for Dana Carvey in Vegas at the Mandalay Bay. The Rockettes, Colin Mockery. I worked on Fort Apache, the Bronx with Paul Newman.
So cool.
Nine Daly. I mean, there's a ton of them. Just a ton of them. Matthew Modine, you know him? Tom
Yes.
Petty and the Heartbreakers.
Right.
Michael Paré from Eddie and the Cruisers. I was his stand-in for the entire movie,
Oh,
which was really cool. I was on their payroll, actually. You know, they took me to New York. Blah blah
that's
blah.
so cool.
Yeah. So I mean, that's why I say I'm a pretty lucky guy.
Oh, wait, let me ask you then. All right, you met and worked with so many people. Who
Yeah.
did you not get to meet that you would have loved to have met?
Who did I not get to meet that I would love to have met? That's a good question. Well, I guess I would have loved to have met Elvis. I mean,
Well, yeah.
he's one of the biggest characters that I do, but I think everybody would love that.
Yes, yes.
I'd have to think about that,
Okay.
Jerry.
Okay,
I don't think because I feel like I've been fortunate enough where I've
that's
either
great.
been in the presence of or met so many people that the average person can't even
Right.
get close to.
Right.
That I feel like I'm almost like if my life ended today, I'm really satisfied.
It's
I don't think
amazing,
there's
isn't
anyone
it?
I want to meet.
It's amazing.
Yeah, so it's been God's been good to me, man. I can't shake a stick at anything I've done in my life, other than making some. Well, we all make some stupid mistakes, but that's it.
Right.
Yeah.
But we learn from them.
Yeah, we do.
So.
Sometimes you can learn because you got a brain, and other times it's really hard. You know what I mean? So, yeah.
Listen, I can't, no matter how many times I hear you, no matter how many times I see you, I'm still in shock every time.
Hey Mo, look at this. Yeah.
Whatever. Good evening. Tonight's story is about a gentleman who's going to do a very famous song. It's written by Edna Ferber in the year 1936. It's called Showboat, and the song is Old Man River. Do you know who that was?
Listen, that was the announcer, wasn't it?
Dun, 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 boom, boom, dun, 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 dun.
How do you do that?
It's just something that happens. First of all, I'm an idiot. A good portion of the day, I'm an idiot. I walk around the house, and especially with my grandkids doing voices, and the next thing you know, I go, wait, stop. I heard myself do something that I never did before. I said, ooh, I got to remember that. And I write it down. And then when they're gone, I'll go pick up that piece of paper and go, ooh, I made this. So what was I doing when I did that? And I work on it. And I tried to bring it to where I could hear it again in my ear. Then you watch the show. You see how close you are to it. One of the coolest things I've ever done is Rod Serling. Okay? You're going to love this. I got a call. Someone saw my Rod Serling on YouTube. They were a production house. They were developing a video for a very wealthy individual who had an elevator in his house.
Okay.
He wanted to recreate the Tower of Terror elevator in his home.
Oh.
And he needed the holographic image of what's the guy's name? Rod Serling. So what they did with me was they had me stand. I have my own green screen. So I got dressed as Rod Serling. I folded my hands and I had a script. I read whatever they wanted and I sent it to them. I said, okay, now tweak this, do this, and pretend you have a cigarette or put a cigarette in your hand and we'll draw the smoke from the cigarette. So they took my face and my body. They took the gentleman who does the voice at the Tower of Terror while my lips were moving, they put his voice in and they used that as the image inside the elevator. at this guy's house. And I saw it. I mean, it's on, I can probably send it to you on YouTube, but I saw, it's amazing.
You have to send that to me, okay? That's
Oh my
incredible.
Gosh, it's this new technology that they have where it's kind of scary when you think about it. They can make me look like Joe Biden in the White House giving a speech with Joe Biden's actual voice. They can do it and make it look perfect. And that's what they did here.
That's crazy.
Very crazy and cool, though.
So we still have as much time as we need for you. What would you like to tell everybody out there listening? I mean, give them some sort of inspiration, and you can do it in any voice you want, because I think we all need that right now.
Inspiration? You're talking about inspiration, right? Let's see. How can I inspire you folks? How about a quiet, long shot grande in a venti cup? Half calf, double cups, no sleeves. Salted caramel mocha latte with 2 pumps of vanilla, 2 pumps of classic, 2 pumps of hazelnut. Wait a minute, substitute 2 pumps of white chocolate with mocha. Look here, sweetheart. I don't need to use a voice to do whatever I'm going to do or say what I'm going to say, but I'm going to say it anyway. I don't know, Jer. I mean, if I want to, I just want to say, and I'm probably going to say this on my show tonight as well.
Good.
You know, we all exist on this big blue ball together, and the condition of the world right now is not the greatest. I mean, you know, it looks like we're even doing some stuff across the world that is kind of scary.
Right.
And I don't understand why we can't all just exist on this planet together in unity and just be friends. Why can't we be friends? What is so difficult about that? Amazing. You know, we share the same air, we share the same sky, sun, stars. Why can't we share the same space and whatever it is? And you just need to take the time to consider and think about what it is that you want to say to someone. You know, you're out and about, you're on a train, you're on an elevator, people walk in, you put your head down and step backwards, you go, hi, how you doing?
Not me.
That's all. That's all you need to do. Say hello. You have no idea the impact that you're going to have on someone. You don't know what their day is like. That simple little hello could be something that just goes, oh, that was really nice, man. I feel so good now. You turn their day around. You don't know it, but in your heart, you're doing what comes natural to you. That's all I want to say. Just be good to each other. Why not? It doesn't hurt to be. Matter of fact, it's harder to be nasty to people.
That's right.
Be good.
That's right.
So that's kind of simple. And you know, you've heard it a million times. I'm not like saying anything people don't know. Just make it happen. I'll never forget. I was, you know, I took over my father's business before I got into full-time entertainment. I was an electrician.
Okay.
You know, and I ran my father's business for a while. And it was late fall. It was cold outside, and I was in Cherry Hill, New Jersey. I'm at a stoplight in the work truck, and there's a gentleman. It was started to snow. It was cold out. There's a gentleman. You could see he lived on the streets, and he was shivering.
Okay.
He's walking across in front of. I took my jacket that I was wearing. I took it off, and I got out of the truck, and I gave him my jacket.
Yep.
And all I cared about was that I didn't want someone to say, oh, yeah, congrats. I don't care about that.
No.
I saw something that hurt my heart, and I wanted to make it better. And I did. The jacket, you know, wasn't the greatest thing in the world, but it was more than he had. So that's the kind of stuff that we need to do. You need to just reach out in the simplest way to make a difference with everyone or anyone. So
why do you think that's hard for some people to do?
Well, I think it has to do with how they feel about themselves.
Yep.
First. I mean, you know, not a psychologist or anything like that, but if you're not happy with what you're doing, which is why when you ask me about me, tell people what I do, the first thing I say is, I'm the luckiest guy in the world, Jerry.
Yeah.
You know, I get to do what I love to do for a living. Some people get up in the morning and they dread going to work, but they have to do it because they have to go out and earn the almighty dollar for whatever.
To survive.
You know, anyway, I think I made my point with it, but it's pretty easy to get emotional about this conversation too, because this is really what it's all about.
Right.
You know, you hit home with this kind of stuff. And now if I take that and I bring it into my entertainment arena, that's even better.
Yes.
Because now use my comic abilities and my what do you call it? My improvisational abilities to relate to everyone in that room. I can talk to little kids and I can talk to old people. I can talk to black, white, blue, green.
Yep.
I can talk to everybody as my character. Even as John, forget the character. I can do it as myself, but I don't have that opportunity all the time. An entertainer does. So that's another thing about my entertainment personalities that really makes me feel good about what I do, because I bring some of that heartfelt personality and humanism to my characters so that they can relate to me as well. You know, I had a mother come up to me and she says, hi, you're John, right? Because, you know, they're not sure if I remember them. I said, yeah, I remember you. She said, last year you came and we did a show and my son was here and he was in a wheelchair and you went up to him and you hugged him and you blah, blah, and you did this and you gave him your ball. And she says, you have no idea how you've changed him. And I started to break down a little bit, Jerry.
Yeah. Yep.
Because, you know, my intention is to just put a smile on someone's face. But to know that I've affected someone like that positively, that's like out of the ballpark. That's
Right.
That's beautiful. I love that. I love hearing that. And who knows how many I haven't heard. Same with you. I mean, you do the same thing.
Amazing. You know, it's funny. I want to share something with you. I grew up in Long Island City, New York. We moved out of there when I was 11 to New Jersey. Okay. I never shut up. I was in trouble, and I've told you this. I was in trouble every day of my life in school. They would put me out in the seat in the hallway, and they would have to bring me in because I'm screaming to the people hello that are going to the bathrooms. I never shut up. So I'm doing the perfect thing right here. But I used to also beat up the bullies in the neighborhood, but they were I was this tiny little thing. My brother was obese, and they used to make fun of him.
Right.
And they used to make, you know, all the bullies. I would get beat up by them, but I didn't care. I would get one shot in. I got a juvenile delinquent card when I was 10 years old. We had to go to court, me and my dad and my brother. Yes, well, me and my brother still talk about that. Okay, I actually called the Long Island City Police Department to see if they could get me a copy of that JD card, because I got it for a beautiful reason. So it's like a trophy to me. But having said that, you're right. A simple hello, and I don't just say hello to people. You know me, I'm an idiot. So I was just an idiot in CVS yesterday, and I made this guy crack up, you know? So I have to be me. I can't not talk to people no matter where we are. I don't care where we are.
Yeah.
You know, and I wish people could get on board with that, because a simple smile, a simple hello, be silly. People need that, especially today more now than ever.
Yeah. You know, it's interesting. Being a lot of what I do, they consider being ambient entertainment, you know, where they cut you loose in a room full of people and just do what you do best. And they're only going to do that if they can trust that you're going to be, you know, you're going to walk the straight line. You're not going to insult people. But anyway, when I'm doing that, I can tell the people that I can talk to and the people I can't talk to.
You're right.
Before I even talk to them.
You're right.
You know, you see eyes like going this way, and, you know, heads will turn this way. And sometimes I'll go after them. I'll say, hey, yo, what's the matter? You saw me coming over here. You want to talk to me? And they start laughing because they don't know how to handle it. And the next thing you know, we're talking for 5-10 minutes. Yes. Well, you have other people who go, just get out of here. Just go away.
Yeah.
Well, it's that kind of person. They're the people that they need it more than anybody. they need to connect. They think that they either are unhappy with themselves or that they can't accept the world, that the cards that they've been dealt, or whatever it is, and they don't want to laugh. Can you imagine, Jerry?
No, why do they go to the shows like that if they don't want to laugh?
I
Why
don't
do you think?
understand.
I'm going to tell you what I think. I think they want to laugh. But I think there's something inside of them that's even afraid of that.
I don't know. I've often tried. I'm sorry, I cut you off.
No.
I've tried to figure that out a lot, and then I just say, you know what? I bring up conversation with Debbie about it and some other friends. I say, you know what? I can't. I can't worry about that.
No, you can't. Absolutely.
I'm gonna do what I do anyway.
Right.
I'm going to approach these people and be shunned by them anyway.
And that's
but
okay.
That's okay.
And then it's funny. Listen, you could even make fun of that and make it part of the show.
Yeah.
Like I just got shunned, and make it funny.
Well, I did. I do whatever character I'm doing. If I'm on stage and I've got a big audience in front of me, and I see someone out there, and I say, "You got the best seat in the house." Whatever character I'm doing, you got the best seat in the house, and they kind of shy away. I'm going to pick on them, and they love it. They absolutely love it.
Yes.
So, what can you do? It's not going to change what I do, but it's just funny. We're talking about it's funny that people will just turn you away. Why did you come out tonight? What to stand in the corner? So.
Okay. Well,
whatever.
I want to read a poem from my book.
Okay.
I think it's going to be appropriate for what we're talking about because everyone out there needs to know that they all have a gift. Every one of us is born with it.
Mm-hmm.
But it's up to us to find what that gift is, our gift from God, and to utilize it. Because this is what I believe, John. Until people can utilize whatever gift God gave them, they're not going to be happy. Once they achieve that, that will bring happiness.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so my poem is called Utilizing Gifts and Talents.
Cool.
And it's in my book, guys. Here we go. We are born with talents. We are born with drive, with different gifts to help us thrive. I knew early on I was born to draw and paint, to also write poetry, and to talk without restraint. Our gifts and talents should all be used. God's gift to us, not be abused. We can go far in life for sure, using our gifts to go on tour, like you do. All our talents should be used to create ourselves and more, then our jobs to share them, to even up the score. You see, in life, what's needed is not just for ourselves. Once our gifts are mastered, take them off the shelves. A living we can make by spreading them around, not just for the money, to spread a peaceful sound. Don't take for granted the gifts you're given. Go out and spread the joy. Our gifts are not to be held back for us to self-destroy. Put your efforts forth. Do not hesitate. All your talents, my friend, are never second rate. Never hold them back or you will surely die. Maybe not in body, but your soul will cry. Our gifts were made to share, our talents made to soar. Go through life enlightened, and then you can roar. Be proud of who you are. Be happy you're alive. Once again, my friend, your gifts will help you thrive. By putting efforts forth, not keeping them at bay, your name will live forever, forever and a day. Go through life excited, for what you sure can give to yourself and others is our reason to live. Our grave will be quite lonely, but our legacy lives on. Make sure people smile with the breaking dawn. And Monforto, baby, when you're gone, okay, which I hope is not for a very long time, you will never be forgotten, okay? You will never be forgotten.
I love that poem, Jerry.
Thank you, darling. Thank you.
That's in your book? You wrote that?
In my book. Yep.
Good for you. Good
Thank
for
you.
us. Wow.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome, darling. Thank you. That's cool. No, you hit a lot. You hit a lot of good points there.
So how should we close? What would you like to tell everyone, John?
Well, I think we kind of got pretty heavy with that last conversation. So I like to maybe close making people laugh, if that's all right.
Let's do it.
You know, I don't know if you guys out there know this, but I really can't fight no more, you know, because I got hit in the head a lot. So I started driving for Goober. And one of the problems I'm having is that because I've been hit in the head a lot, it's hard for me to comprehend what the road signs really mean.
I love this.
You know? So let me give you an example. I mean, I'm riding down the road and it says Scenic Drive. I mean, who's Nick? Really, who's Nick? Why do I want to see him drive? I'm driving. I can't look at nothing else. It don't make sense to me. A lot of, like, what's the one? No parking on left shoulder. So you can park on your right shoulder? You're going to get hurt when you do that kind of stuff. I want to know who is making these signs up, you know? You don't park on people's shoulders. It's like what you was talking about there. I'm driving a guy up to the mountains there, and there's a sign that says, careful. How did they know I was going to be there?
Wait, repeat that. There was a hesitation. I'm sorry. Say that again.
I was driving to the mountains, and there was a sign that said, careful of falling, Rock.
Yes.
I mean, how would they know I was going there? You know what I'm talking about? I don't understand. So, other than that, I mean, do we have people here that are from Philadelphia?
Yes, lots.
Yeah, a lot of people. So, how about people not from Philadelphia?
Yes, lots.
Well, this is for the people who are not from Philadelphia. That doesn't mean if you're from Philly, you can't listen. Anyway, people say that we talk funny, you know? I don't believe that. So, I'm going to give you some pointers. So, we got time for this?
Go. Yes.
All right, good. I'm going to give you some pointers if you're going to go visit Philadelphia so that when you talk to people, you don't sound stupid, all right? All right, first of all, any letters that begin, or any words that begin with the letters TH always makes a D sound, right? This, that, these, those, them, and there. If TH is in the middle of the word, still makes a D sound. Another. Give me another hoagie. Brother. Hey, you look like Paulie's brother. Leather. Hey, nice leather jacket you're wearing, Rock. You see what I mean? Now, there is a deception to that rule, too. And that is the word birthday.
Okay.
You got a TH in the middle, but it makes a F sound. Yo, happy birthday. See what I mean? TH is at the end of the word, usually makes a T sound. Like if you're going to go order at Pat Steaks and say, yo, give me a cheese wit. That means you want a cheesesteak with fried onions, right?
Okay.
You got a deception there too, Jerry. Like if you're driving in your car, uh-oh, I'm lost. Am I going to go north or south? See that TH makes a F sound. How about when you go to school? Are you good with numbers or do you not do good in math? See? All right, keep that in mind. Trial and error there. All right? And there's one other word that
Okay.
we use a lot.
Okay.
That's the word yo.
Yo, I love this. Go ahead.
Now, there's a lot of different meanings for the word yo, and it's all how you present the word.
Okay.
Here's 2 or 3 examples.
Tree, 2 or tree. Go ahead.
2 or 3, yeah. Me and A, you see the TH there, right?
Yeah.
TH is always a problem in South Philly. Right?
Thank you.
Anyway, me and Adrian, we go out to a restaurant. And there's a guy in there, and he pours water. Oh, that's another word. Water. It's not water. It's water. W-O-O-D-E-R. So he pours water in Adrian's glass, and he don't put none in my glass. I look at him and I go, hey, yo, that means, what am I, chopped liver? So now, same restaurant was sitting there, and there's a guy over there He's making googly eyes at my Adrian. I stand up and I go, hey, yo! That means I'm going to break your face in about 2 minutes. Turn your chair around. Adrian and I, we leave the restaurant. I see my buddy Anthony over there. I give him one of these. Yo! That means I'm dropping her off and I'm coming right over.
Okay.
Right? But then is my favorite, and I will end with this, all right? My favorite, we get back to the house. I turn the lights down low. Put a little music there. I look at Adrian. She looks at me. I give her one of these. Hey, yo. And I ain't got to tell you what that means, right? All right, you can take that to the bank. All right, go for it.
You're amazing. You are ridiculously amazing. It doesn't matter how many times.
Thank you very much. I feel like you and me, we have a connection. Gabish? So, I just want to say one thing, Jerry. I love you. And I thank you for everything that you've ever done for me. And when I come over, I expect spaghetti and meatballs. That's all I ask. Nothing more. Nothing. Well, maybe some wine.
And bread.
If you want bread, of course. Yes.
Of course.
Garlic bread. Yes. Maybe some sausage too will be good. Whatever it takes. Kabish?
Kabish.
And from not just for me, but for me and the boys. We'll be there. Anyway, thank you very much. I hope you listen to my show tonight.
I will be there.
Good.
So I want to say thank you. I love you. You're amazing. John Monforto, the man of many faces. Ruben, take us out.
Ladies and gentlemen, Geri Petito.
I'm not an addict, I'm just an ass. And in time, this too shall pass. I'm not an addict, I'm just an ass. Geri Petito taught the class. I'm not an addict, I'm just an ass. Love's the answer, the greener grass. I'm not an addict, I'm just an ass. One day at a time, free at last.
When you don't know just what to do.
Just what to do, just what to do.
If what you're feeling is really true.
Is really true, is it really true?
Just keep your ideas safe and sound.
Safe and sound, safe and sound.
That's exactly how change is found.
Change is found, change is found. I'm not an addict, I'm just an ass. And in time, this too shall pass. I'm not an addict, I'm just an ass. Geri Petito taught the class. I'm not an addict, I'm just an ass. Love's the answer, the greener grass. I'm not an addict, I'm just an ass. One day at a time, free at last.